Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Maggie. Today we're going to be recreating the Ariana Grande look from her new music video, Yes and. I personally really like the song. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions on it, but it is a bop to me, and I find it a very fun to dance to as well as working out, and I hate working out, so anything that can get me to work out, I will listen to it. We're first going to be starting out by blocking out our eyelids to have a nice even base for all of that graphic liner to go on. I've been loving these graphic liner looks that she's been doing. They're some of my favorite to wear on myself. I just feel like they're very flattering. We are going to be taking the Midnight Shadows Baby Doll palette with that cream matte shade in the shade Sweetheart. It's just the first one, but you can use whatever bone color shadow to set that entire lid so it's nice and bright. And then I'm taking that end shade, which is a matte rich brown, and it is called Boca Mocha, which I didn't know they had names until I looked it up online, because it doesn't say that on the back. Anyways, you're going to be taking a nice small slanted little eyeliner brush, and you're just going to be going along and creating a very big cat eye. Hers is even bigger than mine, but she must have like the biggest eyelids ever, because there's just like no way. I don't feel like I could do that giant shape on my eyelids. So I went a little bit more on the natural side, and I did take a nice skinny little eyeliner brush, which you could use a little tiny paintbrush if that's what you have. And I just took the really dark, deep espresso brown shade, and I took it along and created that graphic eye by slowly etching that shape. You could use an actual gel eyeliner for this, but the shadow for me was a lot simpler to do, and in the look it really looked like she had like a really dark brown, almost black, with a warm toned blended into it. So they definitely used a lot of different tones of brown. The best thing about this look is you can use a wet Q-tip. That's why I would suggest doing your eyes first and really sharpening up that eyeliner every chance you can get. Because if you have your foundation already, you have to do it with concealer, and there's more likelihood that it'll blend and get all smeared and ruined. This look definitely didn't turn out as exact as I would have hoped, but like I said, my eyelids are not as gigantic as hers. She has a lot of real estate up there that I do not possess, and this is definitely more on the wearable side. So we're going to take this really pointed, tiny brush, and we're going to start buffing that shadow just so it's a little bit more gradual, and we're going to be taking the nice like warm toned, very red based brown to really buff it into that darker line. But it's going to be more on the top part, in the inner part of the shadow line, rather than on the outer edge. This look definitely takes a lot of patience, so just be patient with yourself. If you mess up, like I said, you can just wipe it away like I did. It wasn't necessarily that I messed up, but I was really trying to make these nice and giant like the ones that she had on our eyes. And I would say this little really skinny eyeliner brush, I'll link it down below. I can't remember where I got it from. It's definitely from a brand that sells like those wet liners. But this really, really helped me because it was so skinny, and I was able to grab that warm tone brown and really etch it into those lines while also kind of buffing out the lines so they're not so harsh. The makeup artist that did her look was Ash K. Holm. She does, I think, pretty much all of Ariana's looks. She's a beautiful makeup artist, and the last time she did the Positions makeup, I know she recreated it on herself, so I'm kind of curious and hoping that she also does that. But go ahead and take that Sweetheart matte bone shade. You can even take a white, whatever works best for you, and I did put that into the void onto the eye and just add even more brightness to the lid, as well as trying to use it to kind of buff around those edges a little bit more. I feel like that turned out really good. It might not be exact to her look, but it's still super beautiful. And now comes the challenge of recreating it on the other eye. And I actually feel like I did a pretty good job. It's just a lot of looking back and forth at your eye and trying to line it up the best that you can. Even when you look at Ariana's graphic eyes, they aren't completely perfect. So they're not even able to do it on the queen herself. With the giant eyelids. I can't imagine how hard it is to do graphic eyeliner on other people. Like, I always thought I would love to be a makeup artist, but oh my god, eyeliner on other people seems like the worst challenge ever for me. Now we're taking an even darker brown. I just took this from the Stone Cold Fox palette from ColourPop. It's almost like a black brown. It's called Drama Mama, and I'm going to be etching that into the liner on the inner part just to add that more of that black, almost brown definition like her liner was creating. And then I also took that bone shade and put it on the eyebrow bone just to add some more brightness to the area up there and just really help it all pop together. Now that I'm rewatching this, I feel like these colors and the shape, it just makes me think of Bambi. Especially with my brown eyes. I don't know. I feel like if Bambi was a real girly in the world, this is the makeup she would wear. We're just going to take that wet Q-tip again and just resharpen up underneath those wings just to really make sure they're nice and sharp. After, we're going to be adding some mascara. I'm just using the Pacifica Collagen mascara that I really love. Just trying to use this up, but it is one of those mascaras I will definitely be rebuying because I do feel like it has improved my lashes. Just to add some even more definition, you can skip this if you want, but I wanted to add some more depth to this graphic eye. I'm taking a Hard Candy waterproof felt tip eyeliner in this brown, deep brown shade, and I am just going over those lines a little bit and adding a little bit more sharpness, a little bit more depth like the photo has, just so you can really see the stark difference between those two tones. Like I said, you can skip this part, but I just think it really enhances it. For the lashes, she definitely was rocking, I would say, a half lash, and it was probably some of the R.e.m. Beauty ones, but I decided to go with this funky vampire lashes that I got on sale for around Halloween. They're just really beautiful and wispy without being too crazy big. I could have done the half lash, but I just really think these enhance the look a little bit. Ariana has really straight blonde eyebrows right now, and I would say mine have more of an arch, but I'm going to be taking this Wingme brow gel that I got in my BoxyCharm this month, and I really like the gel. The frosted packaging feels so nice. The little tiny wand is really beautiful and easy to grab the product and put it through your brows without putting too much. And I did try to really lift the brows to try to mimic her straight brows that she has, and then flatten them like with the lamination tool from e.l.f. that I have. I kind of think about sometimes making my eyebrows a little bit more straight where I could pluck them like that, but I'm very scared. I've seen horror stories where people pluck their eyebrows and they never come back the same. So I'll probably never do that, but it's in the back of my head. Maybe one day. We are just taking this brow tool pencil and filling in our brows a little bit just to make sure that they aren't, because I felt like my brows were shorter than the eyeliner and it just felt off. So I did want to make them a little bit longer than usual. We're taking the R.e.m. Beauty Blurring Primer. I just thought it was fitting to do a full face almost of R.e.m. Beauty. And we're taking my favorite foundation, which is the R.e.m. Beauty Sweetener Foundation in the shade Light 2NW. And I also got gifted from my friend Chelsea the beauty blender, and it's actually so good. It has all these great angles on it so that you can really get up around that lash line and it like around that eyeliner, around your brows really well without getting into them because it's a nice sharp edge. I was really impressed with this sponge. So far most R.e.m. Beauty things I really like, so I'm excited that the sponge worked out for me because I'm always in the market for a good sponge. I think it's like $16 traditionally, but I might not repurchase it because I do have more affordable ones, but it is good to try. We are taking the KVD Good Apple Concealer in like 105, and I've been using a little buffing brush underneath my eyes instead of using a sponge, and I just feel like it really creates a nice airbrushed look while also not like applying too much concealer under the eyes, and it just really bubs the product in and, like I said, makes it look airbrushed. I loved it. Then we're going to be taking the No. 7 Lift and Luminate Triple Action Finishing Powder in Light on a little triangle sponge and just setting the entire face, because then we're going to contour our face. Ariana is so freaking chiseled. I'm very jealous of her bone structure. So we're just gonna really snatch those cheeks, our jawline, around our forehead, and our nose per usual. And I'm hitting so hard on the pan with the Kaleidos Symphony Contour Trio in Light with that cool tone shade. I'm gonna have to buy a new one soon because I am on the very edge of the product. It is very sad. Then we're going in with the ColourPop Kitsch blush. And it's a very salmony, I don't even know how to describe it. It's very coral. And I couldn't really tell what kind of color she was wearing in the music video because it was kind of blue-based, very Twilight toned. I mean, it was a good music video, but I couldn't really tell what kind of blush she was wearing. But a lot of the recreations, I saw people doing a more coral blush, so that's what I went with. And then we're taking the Miss Mercury highlighter, and it's a nice champagne gold, and highlighting around the face. I assume that's probably what she used. She said it's one of her favorites, and it really fit the vibe of the video, so. And now when it comes to the lips, I'm going to be taking the lip stain marker in Booked and Busy and just doing that as the base to the look, because I thought it was funny. It says put your lipstick on in the video, and I was like, what lipstick, girl? It doesn't look like you're wearing lipstick. She probably was, but it just didn't look like she was wearing lipstick. I was expecting that red lip from her cover. But then I go ahead and top it with Essential Drip Lip Oil and Raspberry Drip. Super beautiful. Love the applicator. Nice and juicy. I wouldn't say it's the most hydrating lip oil I've ever used, but I do love the little tint it adds, and I feel like this is maybe what she had on. But I did want to do a little bit more of my rendition of the lip, and I did go ahead and do something a little different. We went with the On the Border lip liners in IQ and Harmonies, and I just did a little mix of the both of them, and I filled my lips in before I put the On the Collar liquid lipstick in the shade Hottie. It's a little bit of more of a nude tan color. I feel like that she might have also been wearing something like that, and I just kind of feel like it fits the era of the graphic eye, very 60s, and they were really into nudie kind of lips like this. And there is the finished look. Is it giving Positions? Because now that I'm looking at this, it's giving Positions makeup. But I mean, that's kind of what she was doing. It was just even bigger. And I just do not have the real estate for that eye look, but it's very similar. I think the only thing I would do different is I'd add even more of that red-based brown into that crease if I do this again, but I feel like I did a decent job. It's not perfect, but it is stunning in its own right. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here's me trying to model a hat that I used to wear all the time in college, and I'm like, how did I ever love this on myself? It's okay. But it looked like the one that she wore in the music video, so I was trying to copy that. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below, and don't forget you're loved wherever you are, and I hope you have a great day or night. Bye!